A lot of people are requesting me to play Minsitthar. In this game, I played in the EXP lane and let myself die early to motivate the enemies. I used an attack speed build, and my 3 core items are Corrosion Scythe, Windtalker, and Hossclaw. He got a huge buff in the early game, since the cooldown of his second skill was greatly reduced, and the base HP regen from his passive was also increased, making tank build more viable for him. But I still prefer using an attack speed build when playing in the EXP lane. Later on, I'll also play as a roamer, since many are also requesting me to try roaming heroes other than supports. In this one video, I'll be able to fulfill both viewer requests, so it's like hitting 2 stones with 1 bird. We all know that Minsitthar is a great counter to heroes with lots of dash skills, so he can really be a threat. And even if you don't use him specifically to counter those kinds of heroes, like if you just want to use him even when the enemy doesn't have many dash skills, he's still solid and strong, especially against low mobility heroes.
The King's retribution.
His second skill is both a skill and a basic attack. The first hit when you tap the skill is skill-based, but after that, it becomes a basic attack, so you can just press your basic attack button while it's active. It's important to take note of that because there are emblems and items that get triggered either by skills or basic attacks. But with his second skill alone, both can be triggered. So Brave Smite can be triggered on the first hit of his second skill since it counts as a skill, while Quantum Charge and Thunderbelt can be triggered on the second hit or onward since those count as basic attacks. It's also important to know that most, if not all, passive skills that charge into the enemy when you use basic attacks aren't countered by Minsithar's ultimate. For example, Theimu's and Alucard's passive skills still work. But Wanwan's passive, which also requires basic attacks, doesn't work inside Minsithar's ultimate. This shows that not all passives tied to basic attacks can bypass his ult. And as for active skills that charge onto the enemy, like Masha's ultimate, they also don't work. Anyways, in the next game, I used him as a roamer, and this is the emblem I used on him. In my first game, I just copied the emblem build from top global players, but in this game as a roamer, it's my personal build. Instead of using the tank emblem, I thought of using the support emblem since it increases the HP regen from his passive. Also, I find Minsitthar a bit slow in terms of mobility, and his ultimate's cooldown feels too long. So with the base attributes of the support emblem, it somehow solved those issues for me. Here, I really thought I was about to get a maniac, even as a roamer. As you can see, Kadita was just 1 hit away from triggering my passive, but when she used her ultimate, all my stacks disappeared. That caught me off guard because I didn't know that her ult could remove the stacks, so I ended up dying. That's why Minsitthar is still strong even against heroes without dash or blink skills, because they're easier to catch with his hook, and the fact that they have no mobility is already a big advantage for you. Also, heroes without dash, especially marksmen or mages, usually rely on flicker. But once they get caught by your ultimate, they can't even use flicker anymore, making them super easy to kill. And even though I'm playing as a roamer, I still go for an attack speed item, just one, which is Corrosion Scythe. It's great for quickly stacking against enemies and also adds a slow effect. I also built Oracle to further boost the sustain from his passive. The cooldown reduction it gives is also a big help.
Ult is not ready. Legendary.
Astonishing.
Ally has been slain. Double kill.
The enemies were wiped out here, and the game ended shortly after. My teammates also played well, so it wasn't that hard. They really made the most out of the pressure I was giving. That's also why it's nice to be the roamer. You're the one rotating, not the one relying on your teammates to rotate for you. But in this game, I was planning to help Selena clear mid faster, because it would have been a big deal if she could rotate early. Just reaching level 2 already adds a lot of pressure. But it ended up being a waste of her time since she didn't contribute much. And I also noticed too late that Thomas had already invaded, X-Borg just let him cut the lane, and our jungler ended up getting killed. And it's kind of funny when you get XP laners like this, like they don't care at all, not even bothering to take the crab for some extra XP. Now I'm heading to the gold lane because once Granger gets a single kill on his lane opponent, it can easily snowball from there. Especially when you're using Granger, it's so easy to build momentum. And considering he's up against a Hanabi, it makes things even easier. Granger had a really great early game here, and it's easy for him to snowball in this match. But it still wasn't enough for me. I wanted to kill Hanabi again. It's easy to win when the enemy gold laner is like that, as long as you keep visiting the gold lane, and your gold laner makes the most out of the advantage you're giving. By the way, I also tried using Minsitthar in the jungle and gold lane. Honestly, he's really slow at clearing jungle camps because he doesn't have skills that are effective for clearing. Unlike other junglers who can use all their skills to farm, Minsitthar mainly relies on his second skill, which is more like enhanced basic attacks. So in a way, it feels like he's just farming with just basic attacks, which makes him really slow. As for the gold lane, I think he's just average. Not too good, but not bad either. At least he's better than those 3 trash marksmen. You already know who they are. I actually died here because this was the moment I found out that Tamuza's passive still works even inside Minsithar's ultimate. That's what I was talking about earlier. Hanabi really hurts in this one, guys. Look, she's even about to get a double kill. Looks like she's trying to prove something. Like I always say, if you want to try and end the game, always prioritize taking out the enemy who's best at defending. So when I saw Chang'e here, I jumped in right away. And once she was taken down, it became easy for us to finish the game. And here's the declaration that we won the fight, the moment that sealed the game.
Victory!